My name's John Pizzente. I've only made one other video concerning cryptocurrency at this point in time. I've been trying to learn before I, just come out and start shilling coins projects. Unfortunately, a lot of the YouTubers out there should have done the same. But I'm not in it for the same things that a lot of people are. I'm in it to bring awareness to people, spread adoption, and maybe someday I'll be one of those lucky guys who does get to spend half my day making videos with the right content. But ultimately, what I'd like to talk to people today is what people are not talking about as far as Bakkt futures and what it will take and how much Bitcoin will be worth 10 years from now. I can tell you an exact number that one Bitcoin will be worth 10 years from now. It's going to be worth one Bitcoin. And the more that we try to put dollar values on it, and the more videos that go out with dollar values, all we're doing is painting targets on our backs. Because with Bakkt futures, as exciting as it is, and the fact that it's physically settled, it's a great thing. But there's a reason that there's confidential financials and laws against insider trading and things like that. And something that a lot of YouTubers and people on Telegram and Google and whatnot are not thinking about is if institutions, the masters of manipulation, money managers, people who have been able to suppress the gold and silver, especially the silver markets, which are trillion-dollar markets for decades, if they can manipulate markets of that size, and they know what we're thinking, how we're feeling, what our trades are going to be, and whether we're bullish or bearish, especially whether we have more money to buy, sell, all we're doing is playing poker, showing them every card we have. What they don't understand is the infrastructure is already being built out there. Samsung is the perfect example. There hasn't been a whole lot. Everybody knows that the new Samsung phones have wallets put on them. What they don't know and what needs to be done with those wallets is if every Samsung phone came preloaded with 0.001 Bitcoin, that would really start to add up quick. Not to enough saturation where, the markets are going to be hugely affected. But I'd be as a crypto enthusiast, I'd be more apt to switch from my iPhone. This is actually a Note 9, but if I was an iPhone guy, I'd be more apt to switch from an iPhone to a Samsung, not just because it had a wallet on it, but if I was going to get free crypto, and if they had a point of sale device with that wallet. So if you could just go tap with Samsung Pay and pay with your Bitcoin and crypto, which very easily can be done. It can be integrated very easily. Monarch, which is a company I've been in discussions with for a couple of months, and I think can do huge and wonderful things for the entire crypto space. They actually didn't even launch an ICO. They did a utility token offering as well as a security token offering. But they have a working wallet that you support your own private keys. It also gives you an opportunity to earn interest, make recurring payments, and do much more. But again, I'm not here to promote Monarch, nor have they paid me anything. I just think that they've done a lot more than a lot of the billion-dollar projects out there. And some of the things they plan on doing and what I plan on helping them do will be pretty incredible, hopefully. But again, that's not for any gain to me. That is literally just to help adoption. And when I mean adoption, I mean hundreds of millions of people who have that Bitcoin and hold it. See, once you've been in the market for a while, you can see Bitcoin go up $2,000-$3,000, and it brings a smile to your face, but in all reality, you're probably not going to sell. So, does it really matter? If it goes down to $3,000, if you have more than what you are willing to lose, then you are going to sell, and you're actually part of the problem. And that's when the institutions start winning. Keep in mind that if they ever get their hands on more than 50% of Bitcoin, would a 51% attack be all that hard? I know that's a strange question to ask because it's sort of one of the other, but if they controlled more than 50% of all Bitcoin, they came together and said, all right, we're just going to dump it, then there's a lot of different things that could happen. And what I want to point out, again, going back to Samsung, is that they have one of the highest volume selling phone out there. There are actually 3 of them now, the Note, as well as both S10s, built-in crypto wallets supporting Bitcoin, Ethereum, and more. Ethereum's very, very undervalued. I think that will run far above $1,000, especially as some of these upgrades, privacy, staking, whatnot get implemented. But these wallets are the first part of infrastructure. Any successful company knows that it doesn't matter how good or how much of a moat you have, if the infrastructure for mass distribution isn't there, then it really doesn't matter. So if Samsung, again, has these, hundreds of millions of phones out there over the next 4 or 5 years, I would be fairly confident that they're acquiring as much Bitcoin and other crypto assets as they can without drawing any attention. I'd be very surprised too if Samsung Pass doesn't soon have some type of point of sale, tap to pay with your crypto. And what that's going to do is it's going to hurt a lot of the alt projects that entire basis is on spending your crypto with a credit card, getting some cash back rewards. But to answer your questions, I will be doing a live stream, but I would like to get people's feedback on what they think. Bakkt is great, but is Bakkt more important than Samsung? Samsung is literally putting the infrastructure together, where Bakkt is just putting another playground for deep-pocketed whales to manipulate the market. And if the YouTubers that have 100, 200, 300,000 subscribers continue to, take these polls, analyze numbers, plan out and use clickbait, bullish, bearish, we're showing our cards to those institutions. So the more that we know that they don't, the better off we are. I honestly think it's a much more bullish sign that Samsung, one of the largest companies in the world, feels the need to start building that infrastructure into one of their highest margin products there is, and most mass adopted products. So by doing that, that will literally enable hundreds of millions of people to store, and very soon, in my opinion, when Samsung allows you to tap and pay with crypto, it enables millions and millions and millions of people to seamlessly, without even any hassle, spend their Bitcoin and Ethereum and other cryptocurrencies on whatever they would like. As far as the IRS, tax letters, civil unrest, silver, gold, all those others, remember one thing: there's room in the playground for more than one game to play. There's also more than one bully in the playground. So as much as people think it's institutions, some of your favorite YouTubers, I'm sure, and I know for a fact a few, are contrarian investors. So as they're telling you to buy, we're going to the moon, they're waiting for you to pump it to dump it. How many YouTubers all of a sudden are Bitcoin maximalists, but for the last 3 years have been pumping altcoins? how many altcoins do they have? You know, there's one that I really like. He's an investigative YouTuber, Chico Crypto. But I'm sure even he has his own motives. He isn't spending his life doing this to get nothing in return. But then you have some that think it's alright to have a rigged system as long as they make gains. And then after years of shilling different projects and being wrong and doing this, that, the other thing, they want to show off and buy cars now. Originally it was going to be a beach house, but then he realized, property is going to be a losing investment at this point. So, they go on and put $1,000 deposit on his new car, which just happens to be on every single top 10 douchebag car list there is. So, no matter how rich and well off you are, I guess it can't buy taste. But in all reality, I'm just getting this out there because I really want Bitcoin to succeed. I have faith that the individual is not the individual, us as a whole, the crypto community is really the only thing that can destroy crypto. And that's if we continue to scam and show our cards. Sometimes you have to play things close to the chest. I learned this the hard way, but bottom line is, what I'll be doing is trying to accumulate a little bit of Bitcoin at its lows. If it drops, it doesn't really faze me. I'm not at the stage in my life, and I don't think Bitcoin's at the stage in its life cycle where every penny I have should be in Bitcoin. I don't think you should ever put all of your eggs in one basket. Nobody ever knows what tomorrow brings. Always remember that. But what is important is Bakkt, great. Physically settled futures means billions of dollars will be manipulating the markets. There'll be wild volatility throughout the first couple weeks of trade, and it's going to be like a dick swinging contest. Oh, I can make it go here, you can make it go there. But you got companies like Samsung who are slowly giving hundreds of millions of people across hundreds of countries the ability to store crypto. And when they announce that Samsung Pay is going to enable point of sale crypto purchases, that's when we know we're in the second or third inning of the game. We might be in the second. The first inning, first decade, growing, hitting that 20,000 mark, lingering around the $10,000 mark, getting the toots in, second inning. Third inning will be when people start to see all of this mass adoption. There is now probably 50 phones out there with built-in crypto wallets. That's pretty much all I had to say. But the infrastructure is being built, which I think is far more important, and nobody has really touched on that. So I just thought I'd go out on a limb. Maybe I'll get 10 subscribers from this. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll give it a clever title and get 1,000 subscribers. But feel free to ask me anything. I do own quite a few altcoins. My favorite project of late, who's finally started to give me some information, not personally, but to their community, is Komodo. I think they've done an amazing job of being pretty much silent, rebranding, to now having over 40 projects working on their chains, both privacy as well as public. And they're about to create a mobile DEX that is supposed to be as easy as using Robinhood, which, Robinhood got like a $4 billion valuation overnight. And then on top of that, I do like Icon. Everybody, calls it, a scam, but in all reality, I look at them as being sort of a Korean link. Never mind, they did work with Samsung. They've worked with quite a few big companies. I think that they're very undervalued right now, and they need some marketing as well. Neo, I wouldn't count out yet. It does seem like a lot of their focus has gone to ontology, which, I hold a little bit of that as well. But at this point, I would not be putting any more of my Bitcoin or Ethereum into it. Litecoin is the main altcoin that I'm a little nervous about. Everybody knows why, but at the same time, it's up about 10% today. It's a daily thing, but I don't know, man. I appreciate anybody who does watch this, and hopefully next time I'll have a little more organized content, but I really just wanted to stress that Bakkt is a huge milestone for the crypto community. But I truly think that Samsung putting it in the hands of hundreds of millions of people, and then when they finally get the clearances from one of their 30 plus patents they have, I believe that it's going to be as easy as clicking your phone like Samsung Pay and choosing, what crypto to spend. And when that happens, that's the infrastructure. That is what we are lacking now. We have custodialships, we have banks, we have buyers, we have institutions, we have miners, we have companies. What we don't have is what Samsung is offering. Putting this directly in the hands of hundreds of millions of people. So, let's take that one guy out there. If you happen to catch this video and you made a couple $100 million, send everybody you know who owns a Samsung device 0.005 Bitcoin, and they'll be happy as hell. Never mind that, but they might actually spend it. You might change their life, get them into crypto. This is John, Crypto Chaos, signing out. Peace.